Rolling.
We're stocking up on content over here, dude.
I just was not liking what you were saying. I'm sorry.
Just all around melted podcast life.
I shamu out of the pool.
And we both stay committed.
I fell in love. She also works at her great-grandfather's chocolate shop.
Make sure it's real nice and tight. By the way, I'm American and I have money to fucking spend.
I got money to blow. You trying to have the high life, baby girl?
For a girl. I'm more of a dowry kind of guy.
I'm more of an old school analog.
Viewers like you. This promotes a spiritual...
Please go out and support Weird Ass businesses. Now, you big babies.
I don't even know how to do this anymore. Do you know?
No.
You gonna help me out? You gonna be my rock? That's the left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we restart?
We're gonna go. You gotta get ready. I'll talk to the camera. Hi, camera. We just want to thank you for being present in this meditative moment with us. This is White Couch Spirit Sessions with is it Adam? What's your name? I always forget. It's Austin. I knew that. I'm so sorry, dude. I haven't seen you in like a week, so I forget things. You know what I mean? Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
And that I really put that term to the test, that phrase to the test this last week. I really didn't think about you.
Yeah, I thought you moved to Nashville already. I was excited.
No, my dreams failed. They crashed and burned like that spaceship that in the 80s, whenever that was, full of astronauts, full of potential, crash and burn.
Dead.
Just like my dreams.
Yep. It's all right, dude.
You bounce back. You just keep going. I really
Ghislaine Maxwell the situation, you know what I mean?
Oh God, I don't know enough about that. I've heard talk. I don't really like the idea of researching pedophiles. It doesn't sound fun to me.
It is though.
It's creepy. It's so creepy. I
think what's interesting to me overall is the fact that this high-level sex ring is actually being exposed. That's just been a conspiracy for years and years.
It's actually a thing.
So that's the part that I think is cool.
Yeah, and I think that part about it is cool. But like, for me to spend my free time looking into it, you got to figure this shit out, dude. Look at the shape mine is. Maybe it's that stand.
Yeah, I always get the shitty stand, but it's all right.
You know, you could have been there earlier, and yeah, you just do that. You can have it point at your face. You know what to do. You know what to do. There's plenty of guests in the past that I've fed too much alcohol to, or they have fed themselves, and it ended up really annoying the fuck out of me. I compose myself enough, but just you hear that? It's annoying. So, not you. I'm just saying in the past. So you're good, man. So you haven't done enough damage, dude. Catch me up. What's going on in your world? Or catch him up and her up. The two people that listen.
Dude, not a whole lot. I am going on my first plane in a few days, which I'm really excited for. Curious to see how that process is, and
yeah, you're probably fine.
Yeah, I mean, I had done 16 or 18 flights before March.
Yeah,
so I fly a lot, and to not be, I think it's going to be really good for me.
Yeah.
I need to get out. I'm losing my damn mind.
Well, it's a nightmare here. We haven't had rain for well over a month.
No water.
I haven't drank water.
You say that like it's like...
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
We live in a place that is so... I don't like it at all. And
I know you don't.
You know me. I like it wet.
You've always liked it wet.
Yeah. Who likes it dry and scrapey? It's just scrapey out here.
I mean, I'm a dry rub kind of guy.
You are, but you probably have a lot more beef to cushion. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Your snip job was probably a lot more because you're a month younger than me, so they probably had a month of practice between my snip and your snip. That they're like we know how to get these sheaths off.
Yours is choppy.
Yeah, it's like a zigzag, and it's ribbed for her pleasure, but it's.
Could you imagine if that's how it worked? Like, you're like, hey, what kind of circumcision would you like this son to have? Do you want it to be for her pleasure, for his pleasure,
or for them? We want to be. That's a gender fluid pleasure. So, what kind of hole would you? What are you shooting for? So the rib for her pleasure doesn't allow me to be dry rub.
You just have to be gentle. I mean, I have rough hands.
You do. Those are
Yeah.
how are mine? I just put woman oil in my hair, so
yeah,
like
those are working hands.
yeah, I got
working hands.
I got rough hands.
Yeah.
You know, yours are you got some good working hands though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
interesting.
Anyway.
What else, dude? Oh, I started watching. I've watched the first couple episodes of Zac Efron's TV show on Netflix, Down to Earth. That was actually pretty neat, really well done. It's a little cheesy, but
Zac Efron, yeah.
what do you expect? But now I'm on this kick where I just want to drink spring water. No more purified water.
No.
Purified water is bad.
Yeah.
It's real bad.
Yeah, dude.
You know stuff about that. What do you got to say about that?
Oh, I know a lot about it. Yeah, I mansplain that as often as I can.
Yeah.
So here's my opportunity.
Yeah.
All right. You fucking understand where your water comes from? So there's a lot of like labeling requirements for spring water. And honestly, spring water can come from, and it's kind of a joke of a label. This stuff is good, but if that water source that they are pulling from that whoever company is connected to a spring, it could be miles away. As long as it's connected to a spring, they can label it as spring water. So it's kind of like a joke. But the thing with most water companies is what they do is they will get municipal tap water and they reverse osmosis it, and they will purify it and sterilize it. I guess is the right. I don't know if it's sterilization or.
Boil it?
Or no, they use chlorine. They either use chlorine or they'll use UV light to kill off microbes. But then they'll insert healthy microbes back into it to get it to where it's at. But at least for like municipal tap water. So when companies will take that municipal tap water, clean it all out, demineralize it, so it's just essentially reverse osmosis, or you can use distilled water, which is really bad for you because it depletes your body of minerals because your body has to compensate. So you want minerals in your water, and then they add minerals back in. They add their own blend of minerals so it tastes right. So Dasani does this, Arrowhead does this, Deer Park, whatever big water brand, Aquafina, they all do this. And same with something like this. I like the taste of this. I think their stuff just tastes good. So at home, I use water and ice. Purified, reverse osmosis, sterilized.
So you do use purified water?
Then I add minerals
But
back.
you add
I add a
back
custom. Yeah, I get the trace minerals. It just tastes good. So it's like concentrated seawater from the inland, from Salt Lake in Utah.
So what's up with? So basically, originally purified water just has no minerals or anything. It's just flat water.
Purified? I don't know the exact definition of purified. I can look up.
I just thought it was interesting because, I can be so far behind on some of this stuff, and so when I was watching it, it was just really cool. They literally were sitting at a water sommelier restaurant in LA.
Yeah,
it was so ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. It's kind of cool.
It is. I was like, I would be down to try that.
Same. Yeah. Purified water. I found it.
But I actually buy a bunch of different spring waters at Sprouts.
Have you tried their other stuff?
No.
I like this brand. Their regular water is great.
Yes, I've had their regular water, but not their. I got the sparkling one just for us to have right here, but
that's great, dude. I like it.
I got some of the Sedona one. I do like the Sedona water. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Purified water. I found it's water that has been mechanically filtered or processed to remove impurities and make it suitable for use. Distilled water is the most common form of purified water. But it's all reverse osmosis, ultraviolet oxidation, electrodeionization, microfiltration, carbon filtering. So carbon filtering is what you use in like a Brita filter or a pure filter. So it's just mainly for taste because municipal tap water generally is pretty safe to drink depending where you're at. Obviously, Flint, Michigan's fucked, but that's because of their piping has a lot of lead in it, and that should be solved. But that's another conversation. Yeah. But yeah, you have the difference between Phoenix and Gilbert water and Chandler water that they all taste. I don't know if Gilbert and Chandler pull from the same thing, but the process of, I watched a few videos on it a while ago, and process of how they, I just like to be more of an informed consumer, you know? And really water and ice, it's like 2 5-gallon things plus a bag of ice costs me $5, and that's once a week maybe.
Okay.
And I put minerals in. That's $25. Lasts me a year. The minerals, a big bottle. I dash like maybe 8 dashes in. Usually like a tablespoon or and a half, and then
And it works nicely for you?
My water tastes so good. It's like, when you know that feeling when you wake up in the middle of the night and you drink water, it's so sweet and it's like perfect.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it tastes
All the time.
Yeah.
Nice. That is a really true point because I'm actually good at drinking water, believe it or not. As a kid, I hated water. Like, I literally couldn't drink water.
Like, this isn't Dr. Pepper. Why would I put this in my mouth?
Yeah, exactly. And you know that that's true.
That's why I said it.
And I wake up and I have a 32-ounce cup of water next to my bed, and that's the first thing I do is I just slam.
Dude, mad respect.
Yeah, it helps. It really does.
Your day feels already instantly better.
It immediately wakes me up.
Because you breathe out a pint of water while you're sleeping, if you sleep like 8 hours.
Damn, that's why my mouth is so dry.
Mm-hmm. You're a dry guy, though. You're a dry rub, so you should be used to it.
And whiskey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, yeah. So I bought like a bunch of different kinds of water and
experimented.
Yeah, I want to be that bitch that just has fancy water.
Yeah, dude, it's your fucking life. You got the right. It's
literally the main thing that we're made of. So why wouldn't we drink good
stuff? Why would you coffee is 98% water. Why would you have shitty water in your coffee? Like I
went to Intelligentsia in California one time.
Where's that? What is that?
It's a coffee shop. It's like a bougie coffee shop.
Uh-huh.
And they were selling growlers. And it was like $9 for the growler. And I was like, dude, that is awesome. I go up. God damn it. Okay, there we go.
There's a sweet spot, and I've found it.
I know. I just fidget. Did you know? I literally wanted to sit back. So
I know. Well, if we did, we'd have to move this back.
Yeah, it's fine.
Do you want me to do?
No, it's fine.
I'm gonna interrupt our poor viewer.
So I go up to the line, and I'm trying to get. I'm like, oh, so like I'll take a cold brew in the growler, and they're like, no, that growler is for our water.
And they said it like that?
Yeah.
Where is this place again?
It was in fucking Pasadena.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Intelligentsia. With a name like that, I would...
Oh, it was the most stuck-up coffee place I'd ever been to.
I like when it's stuck up, but they're cool about it and they're approachable.
Yeah.
But that doesn't sound...
No, but that was... When the attitude... Yeah, I was like, I'm not buying a fucking growler of your water.
You a cunt?
But now I get it, though.
Yeah.
You know?
You go back, like... I'll buy a growler. I'm so sorry that I didn't.
This was like 6 years ago. And
oh shit! Yeah.
Now I'm like, okay, I get it. Yeah, like if you, to your point of why you use shitty water for your coffee, it's like, yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But at the time, I was
that's
like,
how I got into this.
$9 for a fucking growler of your water?
Yeah. You know what? You want to know? And this is gonna be a great segue. You know what got me into good water?
What?
Going to Louisville. Their tap water is fucking insane, dude. Literally, you go there. I honestly don't like Louisville, but I will go there. I promise you, in my life, I will go there just to drink their water and hang out and drink their water. It's weird. It's because of the limestone aquifer they sit over, and that's where Old Forester is produced in Louisville. I mean, so many whiskey brands are produced in Louisville, Kentucky, but you gotta say Louisville. You can't say you gotta say Louisville. Louisville. It's basically two syllables, but one's kind of hidden in there. You know, they're known for their water, and I didn't know, and I went there and I was like, holy fuck, this is so good. And so I was like, I need to find this at home. I tried, and I was like, this is not working. Eventually found the Trace Minerals and like buying water at like a water store. Then I eventually went to Water and Ice because it's right next to Sprouts, the grocery shop. 2 birds, 1 stone, bam. And that's how I like got into drinking good water, because I tasted it. So that's the thing. You can hear about this shit and you can be like, oh, minerals and blah blah blah. Until you taste it, and you're like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
You know? So, and it's cheap to taste. It's not like an expensive hobby. It's like...
Rome had really good water that you just get straight out of the fucking
Oh, it was like a thing
ground.
Yeah.
Well, and the cool part is all of their fountains you can drink from, too.
Really?
Yeah. So
That's
there's like one fountain up by the Spanish Steps that literally like is shooting out water, and you can... Like, I just put my mouth up to it and drink it.
Damn.
And it tastes so good.
That's fucking cool, man.
They have sparkling water taps too. Like
that's what Perrier comes from. It's sparkling. It's actual natural sparkling water.
Yeah.
And I think Pellegrino might be too.
Uh-huh.
That's fucking cool to me, man.
I got so into Pellegrino out there, dude.
It's just.
I never was a fan of sparkling water.
Yeah.
And now it literally switched when I went to Rome.
Yeah.
Because I think it was so hot. I literally have I showed you my scars on my arm
No.
from my camera strap or
Oh,
backpack?
you fuck you up.
Can you even see it?
Oh.
Yeah.
There's like looks like a birthmark. Looks
Yeah.
like a cancer.
Yeah.
It looks dangerous.
Yeah.
But that's just a scar from
My backpack.
the rubs.
Uh-huh.
And what was it, like 90 degrees there? You were over summer?
Yeah, last summer.
Oh.
And I was filming.
Last summer?
Uh-huh.
Damn.
August.
Dude, because you and I like kind of, we didn't lose contact, but we just minimal contact for so long.
Mhm.
And I get it. Like it happens with friends. We've known each other a long time, but like, fuck that shit. I don't want to do that again with you. But anyway, there's some things I find out. I'm like, you went to Rome. I think I knew that. Like, I don't know. Like,
Mhm.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
My bad.
It's all
You
good. I
know?
went to a few different places last year.
Yeah. Well, I knew you went to South Africa and
Cambodia.
Yeah. And you went to Bruges, right?
No, that was
Belgium?
the year before.
Oh, fuck.
Albania. I was in Albania.
That's crazy.
Um,
That's wild, man.
yeah.
I know how much it cost me to. I was gonna get my passport tomorrow. It's $200 between everything. I'm like, I think I might do it still, just because I want to get it done with. And I haven't
Yeah.
had a passport since I was like 10.
Dude, really?
Yeah, I have an
Yeah.
appointment tomorrow. All I gotta do is. Do you have a printer here?
No.
I should use my printer at my mom's house. I'm fucking dumb.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe the post office can do that. If not, then I'll fuck myself. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Dude, that makes me so sad
What?
that you haven't had a passport for that long.
No, so I don't go out of the country.
Yeah.
I want to, and well, the real ID, the travel ID, because I mean, countries not. I think a lot of countries are not letting people from America go in because
no,
of
not
our.
right now. Yeah.
So that's like, I don't need to worry about this yet. I can do this another time. But I already have my application like filled out and stuff.
Mhm.
But point is, the real ID thing, the travel ID that they mandate, was supposed to be October of this year. They
Yep.
push it back to next year now. So I'm like, cool, you can hang
Mhm.
for a little bit,
Mhm.
like within the country traveling.
Yeah.
Can
You actually
They-
need the real. And if you're doing that, you may as well just get a passport. Yeah.
That's exactly what where my thought was. So.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah, dude. And that was the trip that made me really
Yeah,
like
it converted
sparkling water
you,
because I was
yeah.
so hot. I wore my Red Wings and I was filming for a band out there. So I was carrying like a 50-pound backpack on my back, which,
Oh, you're wearing Red Wings too?
yeah.
Oh God, bet that smelled great.
Well, so what happened is my other shoes, I had walked through the sole the first day. So then I had to wear, like, those shoes were just done.
that sucks.
And then I had Red Wings. And yeah.
But Red Wings are like, they last, right?
Oh, yeah.
What
They'll
do,
last
what do you
you
do about
forever.
the smell?
They don't smell.
No?
Mm.
Oh, my shoes smell.
No, I don't really have stinky feet.
That's good.
Not that I know of. I don't
Yeah.
think I'm a smelly person.
No, maybe.
I might look like I would be, but I'm not.
No, you're hygienic as fuck. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
a clean guy. That's
Yeah.
cool. Mad respect.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, mad respect.
Uh,
But
Well-
yeah. So that converted you, sparkling water, and
yeah, and it was just
now
it
we're
was
here.
so refreshing. And then you're getting hydrated too, so it was just lovely.
Yeah, I am kind of seeing a twist back. I guess that's the right word.
Yeah.
I kind of consumed a lot of. Me and my roommate got me into the bubblies, because they have so many different flavors and they're fucking awesome.
Uh huh.
And like the Waterloos and all the different brands, and I'm like, and then it kind of got to the point where we just had like 300 cans
Yeah.
that we hadn't drank yet. I'm like, this is overkill. Like, this is so wasteful. My roommate took him back to like a recycling place where you sell your cans back. He got like $10 for hundreds of cans. I'm like, I'm good on that. I was like, he's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm like, yeah, I was good before
Wait,
you even did it.
was he trying to save it?
Like,
to
where
get-
homeless people take their cans, and he did
And
that.
So he was saving it for that purpose.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm good. I don't want to do
Why?
that.
Yeah, that's so.
And so I'm kind of sick of them. I like this better.
I do too.
I like pouring out of the bottle.
Mhm.
You don't have to drink as much of it. It's a little less wasteful than the
Sparkling
metal.
water just doesn't really last long though once you open it.
That's why you got to pound that shit.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to really limit, like, I abused it, and
Mhm.
like I'm just kind of sick of it. So I'm starting to buy these again.
I do.
so-
I mean, I just like bottles in general. Like,
Yeah, I would. I'm probably wrong, but maybe not. I would assume that glass is more eco-friendly than
It feels that
metal
way.
would be, because you
It
don't have
feels
to
that
mine
way.
it out. You don't have to spray paint all or whatever this color's made out of. Like,
Mhm.
I can't imagine that's a good thing
Yeah.
to bring this to, like, what, 50 cents a can, maybe
Mhm.
60.
Well, yeah, it's funny too. So I saved some High West bottles,
Yeah.
to make as like water. So like if we were up here listening to records, I could just have.
Awesome.
But now that I'm on this kick, like I kind of want to like not ever drink from my fridge again.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
So
a cool thing though, dude, is like, so I get the water nice things, but like, get one day in my life, I want to have a system where I have an RO system and a mineralization system
Mhm.
that automatically, all I do is I buy minerals and put them in the thing, and it dispenses them, and
Yeah.
that carbonates it too. So like Provision, if you go to Provision Coffee, you just get carbonated water off
Mhm.
their spout. I want that for my house one day, so I'm gonna work hard in my life to get that.
Same, dude.
Boom. That's 3 pounds, dude. We're on a roll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What else you any current events you want to catch people up on? Any things in your life that you're looking forward to?
Well, I guess because my answer is it's basically no. That's just even why I'm excited to go to Texas is, dude, in order to be like even doing this stuff or creative work in general, you got to be living a life that inspires you, you know?
You seem gassed.
I'm gassed, dude. I got no jokes. I got nothing.
It's okay.
And
If they happen, they happen. If they don't, they don't. You know.
yeah, and I think I just was so used to, and I realize now, and it works out though because I was getting kind of burned on traveling too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, now I'm excited to reset but you got to go see places. You got to go do things that inspire you. And I was even thinking about that too. It's like, yeah, I haven't been able to go to any shows. Like, it's actually all starting to catch up with me.
Yeah.
Like, really.
The stir craziness and
Mhm.
the hopelessness of.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
shit.
thought you were seeing the light at the end of the tunnel.
And it's like, no.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, man. It's unpopular opinion, but when you have that many people protesting, regardless of masks, there's a lot of people that weren't wearing masks, or they take them off to drink water. Like, there's a high chance of infections going up from that.
Yeah, I don't think so though, because, or at least for me, I've got tested for COVID to get tested,
Yeah.
and which is funny. I've heard
So did
friends
I.
say that they like went to go get tested and were given a hard time because it's like you're really gonna take one of the tests, and it's like,
Fucking what?
yeah,
That's
I'm like,
weird.
that is so bizarre.
Yeah.
My experience was great, but
Yeah.
so I was even thinking because I also was going out, not to like clubs, but I would go to Sleepy Whale.
Yeah, I went with you, but
Yeah.
there was with the only people on the patio.
And so my point being is that we went to all these protests, did like,
Yeah.
what was that, 12 days or something like that.
Yeah.
Going out to bars when they were open and stuff.
Yeah, and by the way, really quick, but I want to make sure people don't fucking cancel me for something. Disclaimer, I think that it's a combo of many things as to why they reopening early, but I also think the protests have something anyway.
Yeah. Well, my thing is that I think it does prove that just wearing a fucking mask works.
Yeah.
Because
We masked up. Dave and Kumi had double masks too, you know?
yeah. But I did all those things, but I always wore a mask, was cautious with my hands, and I was
Yeah.
fine. I had a total of like almost 60 people I knew that ended up going to the protest
That's crazy.
through like just my network,
Yeah. It's awesome.
and none of
man.
them got sick.
And I think one of the best things about you doing that is not like it's not like a virtue signal thing. It's the best thing about it is that you were able to demonstrate that this was not the riots that the media was pointing them out, making them out to be. So it's like there's like a historical significance there that shows otherwise.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, I'd run into a old friend at a coffee shop the other day, and she was saying that she was using my photos to like talk to her family in like the deep South about this stuff, and I was
awesome.
like, whoa.
Yeah.
She's like, you helped create conversations, because it was like, yeah,
You can't argue with that.
it was real. It was real, a real perspective. And yeah, dude, if anybody ever, I had,
We got a lot of fucking bullshit stuff from that.
and it's so fucking annoying. And that's
Yeah.
just, that's what I was saying earlier. It's like my mentality is just let people talk their shit, say whatever, like,
Yeah, I gotta stop letting shit get to me. I didn't for a long time, but I've been
Yeah.
so not having social practice for 4 months that
Yeah.
like I take things personally again. I'm like, god damn it, like
yeah. Well, it's natural too, but you
Yeah.
just have to learn how to kind of thicken up with some of that stuff, dude. Because I'm sure there was even so many. I know that there was people even to themselves or to other people talking shit about what I was doing, you know, and whatever.
Well, yeah. What are you fucking just? What
I
are they
don't-
doing? You know,
I don't exactly. I don't
It's not even
care.
about that, but it's like,
And there's this song lyric, and I've been really into Lennon Stella right now. She's just like a simple pop artist, but her voice is like velvet and super talented.
yeah,
and just
that
really
sounded-
cool vibes.
Yeah, it sounded cool. That whatever song,
Yeah.
Kiss Me something, Kiss Me or whatever.
Kissing Other People. That's like her like hit single, but she's
Mhm.
got some like sad, just real good songs that I'll have to show you. But
Yeah, I'll listen.
there was a one line where she's talking about like this guy she was dating, and he thinks that she's doing things to make him jealous. She's like, and basically, in a clever way, is saying, I have more important things to do in my life than to make you jealous. And I even kind of like rewrote that in my head, like, I'm thankful I have more going on in my life than to like sit and write in a whole thing onto like someone's DMs or like go try to cancel some of my photos or it's like
yeah,
I'm glad I don't have that.
and you know what?
time.
Yeah, you know what you were doing.
Yeah,
You know
I
you're
know what
doing
I'm
the right
doing. I
thing,
know my
yeah.
heart. That
Yeah,
was
that's the thing, man, and that's the thing that I like. Yeah, keep going. Sorry.
that's the biggest thing that I had to learn in 2018. So every year, I wish more people genuinely did this. Is I genuinely at the end of every year think back onto my year and think about what was the main thing that caused me the most stress, socially, emotionally, physically, whatever, and how can I change that? So instead of just having some, I'm going to go to the gym because it's January 1st, like I actually am trying to think, how do I become better?
Yeah.
And in 2018, I had realized with work, I was saying yes to so many things and traveling a lot and like canceling trips that I had because something with work came up. So it was learning how to let my yeses be yes and nos be no.
Yeah.
And then, but there was a situation that happened. And man, this is why I understand also I'm really blessed with this is I work with people that like we can throw down and get like real and we're fighting to be better.
Yeah. And you recognize that it's not like a thing that you're.
We create the space that it's like, hey,
Yeah.
this is what this meeting is about to be. So let's hash that out because once we walk out those doors, like we're moving forward,
Yeah.
you know, really
Like
healthy.
it.
People need to have that kind of space.
Yeah.
And so I was in Greer. We got a last minute trip and it was a cool trip. It was to Nashville for a movie premiere. So I wanted to go, but I was with like a church group. So I didn't have a car up in Greer. There's no Uber in Greer. Like there was no way for me to get home. Like I couldn't just take one of the vans and I was one of the drivers too. So there was so many different like,
Yeah.
you know, and but yeah, like so my boss is like, can we get an Uber? And I actually was like I was like, an Uber from Greer, like that would be the worst.
Yeah.
4 hours in a
on
Uber-
the salt, like that
in a
Salt
in
River
a car
fucking
with
drive.
some yeah, dude. Like
No.
the Uber doesn't even exist up there.
No.
And
It's like a guy's pickup truck.
Yeah.
He's like, hop in, I'll drive you down to your cabin.
basically
I'm drunk. Yeah, we both drunk.
yeah, got that styrofoam cup, dude. Greer is the type.
Mind the deer body back there.
Damn, I just hunted him today.
He's trying. I hunted him.
I actually did get a Lagavulin 16 to go in a styrofoam cup.
Yeah, that's Greer, baby.
Yeah.
That's the way it
I
fucking
love
should be in
Greer.
small towns. Yeah,
I love
place is
Greer.
rad.
And so it ended up working out that I got a flight right when I got home. So literally I got home from Greer, repacked my bag and drove to the airport. It was epic. And
Boom, 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 man.
yeah.
It's so
In Nashville.
unhealthy after
from
a while, though.
from Greer, Arizona in the morning to Nashville at night.
Wait, so you left Greer? How'd you? Did I miss that?
Just
The group was over.
Yeah, like it worked out to where they booked my flight at like something like 9 p.m. at night.
Okay.
So I like, yeah,
Weird.
it was a wild,
Crazy.
yeah. But with that being said, I was mad because I knew that I was on that trip, right? And but my texts to Manny were all like, yeah, I'm down. I'll do whatever. I'll do the. So I'm doing two different things. I'm complaining and bitching about it to my friends up in the mountains, but then texting him, I'm down.
Yeah.
So him and I
It's like, that's
ended
not
up having a
honest.
conversation, and I was like, dude, like, you made me like do this stuff like when I was on vacation, and he plain and simply was like, well, dude, like, you said yes, so like, why are you mad at me? Like, you need to learn to say no. And it was one of those just huge, just like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, like the universe is talking to you.
Yeah,
Like,
and I was like,
hey.
and it's something so simple, but so many people we do that.
Yeah.
We don't actually say the things that we
how
mean.
we feel, yeah.
And so 2018 at the end, that was my biggest takeaway. It was like, I needed to learn to trust my heart, because I was worried if I said no to the trip that he would think that I didn't care. But that wasn't true.
Yeah.
Maybe, and even if he did feel that way, we would talk about it and it would be fine. Learning to trust your heart. And so I intentionally even told him, I was like, all right, so whatever the next trip is, I have to not go on it. And it was like another like cool trip to Nashville or something. I was like, damn it. But I had to,
Yeah.
And so,
It's discipline, man.
yeah, people need to learn to effectively communicate their feelings and how they
Truly.
really feel.
Yeah.
I don't think your computer's plugged in.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, is that power strip not on?
No, it should be.
What the fuck? Carry on. Oh, it slipped off.
Oh,
You're back?
yeah. That's like the classic, like just slip out, put back in.
Yeah, you slip it out, and even if you're a dry guy, you gotta put it back in. Good catch, man.
Yeah,
That
that
was
would have been a
almost-
bummer.
Yeah, it would have slowed us down for 10 minutes, whatever. Cool.
Would have deleted the whole podcast.
It would have, killed many innocent muskrats, honestly.
Yeah, dude.
I haven't talked about a muskrat in a while. When yeah, when life has a normalcy and I start to get a job and employment again, that's how that works. And I would love to design some muskrat merch.
Yeah.
I looked into some stuff like face mask. I don't have the buying power, because when you buy in bulk, you bring the price down to a reasonable thing. And I also try to actively buy things that are sustainable, but sustainable shit costs more money and blah, blah, blah. It'll happen one day, but we would love to give everyone some muskrat merch. But yeah, man, that's cool. Yeah, dude, I haven't drank hard booze for, what month is it? July? 3 months. So
I got a nice little lineup here.
yeah, Old Forester, dude. I think Old Forester is one of the best. It's the first bottled bourbon.
Yes, it is.
I would love to. Yeah, I like the ride. It's good. I was there tasting shit out of the barrel last year. It was cool.
Dude, so you know what's so bizarre? I want to hear more about that.
Yeah.
But real quick, because squirrel, muskrat.
Oh yeah, muskrats.
Dude, 1870, 1871.
Damn. Old Forester's older. He's older than Old Forester, or older than Spring. I don't know.
For any whiskey people out there, Old Forester has some great $40, $50 bottles. Like this one's like 50-something Statesman. That's just a good, well-rounded whiskey to me. It's nothing like crazy, but it's a super well-rounded. Have you had that one?
No, I haven't tried the Statesman.
Yeah, you'll have to try it
I've
too.
tried like 4 or 5 of like the special bottles.
1910 and 1920 are fucking awesome.
1920 is really good.
Yeah.
It's punchy. I like, after having gone on that trip and tasting stuff out of the cask, I don't really like it watered down. I don't like it cut. I don't like it at 40, 50. Like I like it at hot and
60%.
Yeah, because
melts your tongue off.
they're cutting it with distilled water. That's how they cut
Yeah.
it. They're not cutting it with mineralized water, by the way. Whiskey is not cut with mineralized water. What happens if they add minerals is it fucks with the alcohols and the fatty acids, and it creates soaps, like literally soapy flavors. It's called saponification.
Saponification.
Fun fact.
I love it, dude. They have the 1920 is really good, and that's cast strength, right?
I don't know.
I think it is because it's like 120 proof.
It's 57% alcohol, so whatever twice that is.
Did you try that one out of the barrel?
No, we tried single barrel picks of the rye, and then
Oh, cool.
3 or 4 other. Yeah, I believe so. I could have. Maybe they just no, because they hadn't launched it yet. They were just about to launch it, so we did get to try it. But there were single barrels of, I don't know, because those are expressions that they release, and it's a blend of multiple barrels. It's a style they do, like a proofing style, like. But as far as single barrels, they pick few for you, and you get to choose. We went to the Old Forester in downtown Louisville, which is not the main Old Forester. They only produce a portion of it there. The rest is a huge operation, kind of out like 20 minutes, 30 minutes away from it.
Okay. But for you whiskey boys and girls and them, for you whiskey peeps, the Old Forester, just bourbon and rye, is like $19, $18.99 at Total Wine.
Yep.
And it is so good.
Best bang for the buck.
It really is.
Besides Jim Beam.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, I think Jim Beam, as far as like, because it's bonded, man. It's
Woodford is still really good though.
Yeah, Woodford is owned by the same company as Old Forester and Jack Daniels.
And their bottle's like $18.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking up the 1920 before we move on.
Yeah,
dude. Volstead Act of 1920, which initiated prohibition in the USA, granted permits to 6 distillers in Kentucky to continue bottling bourbon for medicinal purposes, medical marijuana kind of thing. Through one of those permits, Old Forester continued to be produced as a medicinal whiskey on Louisville's famed Whiskey Row. It's the only bourbon continuously sold by the same company that's been available for sale before, during, and after prohibition, which is pretty cool.
Wait, one of the only ones?
Yeah.
Or
it is the only bourbon continuously sold by the same company that was available throughout and before prohibition.
Wow. That's lovely.
During this time, all whiskeys had to be bottled at 100 proof with a barrel entry of up to entry proof of 100. The angel share, so the evaporation of water through the barrels, would leave it at a higher proof. So water would evaporate and the alcohol would concentrate. Makes sense, right? Which creates 115 proof whiskey after maturation. To pay homage to this era, Old Forester presents 1920 Prohibition style bourbon at 115 proof to represent the rich flavor profile this bourbon had nearly 100 years ago. I don't think it's cask strength. They still might
distill it.
No,
I'm sorry.
They might proof it down. It's crazy, but yeah, I completely agree with you, man. 15 to $20 depending on where you go. Usually about 20 or under 20. They might have gone up now, but for the 50 proof,
I bought both of these
for the 50% or
$40 and some change for both.
Yeah,
yesterday.
They're great, man.
Or 2 days ago. The
rye is awesome. The rye is super. It tastes like, has like cognac elements to it. If people like cognac, it's got a lot of that kind of apple qualities to it, and it's awesome.
I like drinking whiskey on the rocks because I just like cold beverages.
Yeah,
and this is definitely a great.
Yeah, use the right water.
Yeah, well, it is funny though because especially. I'm noticing it more now is like with the rocks though. Once the ice starts to melt to a certain point, it's just so watery. But
yeah,
yeah, dude, you'll have to try the statements too.
Yeah, I'm down.
This was gifted to me.
That's cool. Yeah, Old Forester's cool, man. Whiskey and me are weird. Sometimes I'm like, why the fuck would I ever drink that? It's boring. Other times I'm like, this is so intricate.
I love whiskey.
Yeah,
I've always loved whiskey.
I have a weird palate, man. I like funky shit.
Yeah.
This stuff is really nice. Sponsor us, you know. So anyway, moving on. But
yeah, dude. Speaking of sponsors, man.
Sponsors, dude.
I actually got one for you this time.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I'm unprepared, so I'm gonna have to think on my feet.
It's fine. I'll just give. This will be our ad because I actually used this product over the weekend.
Okay, but you're gonna do an ad too.
Well,
that's how this works.
We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling.
You're gonna. We will see, and I'm already seeing it right now.
Tushy.
Tushy. Okay.
You know what that is?
I know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
You got one?
No, but I was watching at a friend's house and they have one.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Is everyone aware? Listening? You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I have permission?
Play the song, dude.
Play the song?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We'll cue it in. Okay. Boom. There it is. Ad time. It's time for ads, baby. Cool. Tushy. Have you ever just shit and wondered, man, it'd be way nicer if warm water squirted up my butthole right now instead of this wasteful toilet paper destroying forests around the world? Well, guess what? You have an option now. The option is Tushy. Tushy, for the low price of $70 or so,
$109.
$109, you can get a discount code from people that will make it less than $109. And the great thing about Tushy is it squirts warm water. Am I correct? Or is it just regular temp? Anyway,
The
regular
Tushy-
temp water.
The Tushy Classic is only just regular water, but the Tushy Spa.
You can get an upgrade for a spa where they put cucumbers up your ass, and that really, then you shit those out, and the
Yeah.
cucumbers have a clean, crisp scent, just like Bath and Body Shop. Will get you nice and cucumbery for your lover later that night.
Yeah.
And doesn't matter what gender they are, it's love is love. And
Yeah.
Tushy always supports no matter what, love is love.
Yeah.
That is their motto. And Tushy is great because when you poop and it's so wet and it's so you've eaten spicy and your body just can't digest
Or
it.
you sneeze and you accidentally shit your pants.
And you're embarrassed because you're on a date with someone and they're significantly older than you.
And you freeballed it, so you have to.
It's either your pants or you run home or you tushy it up.
Yeah.
So with that being said, we're offering a new code called Tushy123 and that will give you that won't work. And
Never does.
But I have never tried a Tushy, but I've heard great things because it squirts your asshole out. But the thing is, right now, we've gotten past the initial weird ass hump of people purchasing toilet paper. So if you have
Yeah.
a Tushy, you didn't even have to worry about that. So
Yeah. Man, beautiful.
thanks.
Beautiful. I used one over this weekend. I was watching a house that had one. And my first introduction to bidets was, I'm going to sound so whatever, was at a flagship lounge for American Airlines. Their toilets there are heated seats.
Flagship lounge? You
Yeah.
prissy motherfucker. How'd you get into that?
Because status, dude.
That's true.
The guy I was traveling with had the status to get me in. But your boy is close. Your boy is real close to being able to get in on his own.
Yeah.
When you fly internationally, they have these lounges. They're called the flagship lounge. And it is a badass buffet. Like sushi, steaks. Like I'm talking,
Buffet?
yes.
What the fuck?
And an open bar where you help yourself. And I'm talking,
Really?
yes, I have pictures.
Is this, where is it?
It's in the airports.
All of them?
Yeah. I've been to one in Dallas, in Chicago, in Hong Kong. Hong Kong's was a restaurant that you sat
Dress
down
it
in.
yourself?
Yeah.
Whoa. And that was your first experience with a Tushy? Is that where?
So then I go to the bathroom because they were like, you have to go, like, you should really try to go take a shit. I was like, okay.
These are friends of yours or those people
Yeah,
that
yeah.
work there?
Yeah, they're friends.
You people that work there is encouraging you? Like,
Yeah.
Sir, I just want to make sure your food is tasting great. Honestly, though, if you have to shit or
Please.
bath, please. We would
Please.
love
Yeah.
to hear about it.
Dude, so you sit down and the toilet seats are actually
Okay.
heated.
Keep talking. What the fuck is wrong with your goddamn cord that is ruining my vibe? Okay?
It's your fault.
I don't know if it's my fault.
No, I know. It's just a shit.
I didn't ask
thing.
to be born.
So, damn it, dude.
You did it.
Oh, yeah. So it warms your seat, which at first I was like, that's weird. Like,
I
it's just
don't
going to
know.
feel like someone took a shit.
It feels like you're
It's different. It's different,
Really?
though. Because it's actually like a warm,
Does
like
it
a hug.
Does it
Yeah.
coax the shit out of you?
Yeah,
It's like, come
basically.
on, put it out. Come on, drop it in me.
Well, so then my first experience was with the bidet was then, and I was a little scared. And it was awesome, obviously.
Can I just act out what I think your reaction is?
Yeah.
All right. Sits down. It's pretty good.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, so then Tushy, when I saw that my friends had it, I was like, oh, damn, you know. Theirs is like a fucking fire hose that definitely gave me like an enema.
Oh, it's not as good.
No, it was good, but I didn't know it, so I just turned it,
Oh,
and it was like,
so it has you can adjust the pressure.
yeah. It's just on the side here, and you just, you know.
Can okay, go ahead. Sorry, I'll ask it secondly. Sorry.
And so interesting thing too, because people are like, is that just squirting toilet water up your ass? No, it actually connects to your sink, so you're using the
it's
same water that you'd brush your teeth with.
Oh, okay.
So it's like that.
Could you technically brush your teeth over the tissue?
No, they said even on their website it says you technically could drink from it, but that just would be weird. But you do you.
So,
but it kind of gave me an enema, and I've
did
had
you fart out water?
well, I've been having like diarrhea.
Oh, okay. What color? You have pictures, right? Show me. We'll put it in the notes.
But I don't know if it's from that or what, because it totally violated me the first. Like it totally like.
No, you have to get the
I literally,
cucumber.
I was like, oh, like
you got to get the cucumber attachment for it to go that far.
But it felt like the water. You didn't even hear it dripping because it literally just like was in me.
I don't think it would be that much water, man. I think that water just gets farted out. I've never really had water up my ass like that. I want to know. I don't want to die without knowing that. You know what I mean? Like, so, but you can't adjust the pressure, right? There's a low pressure to high.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
And
so
I kind of sat there for a
I
while.
thought they were like 70. I looked up.
Well, the classic is like 89. But they're not as expensive as I thought they would be.
And they just clip on,
Mm-hmm.
and it connects to the.
I think I'm going to get one.
I know that's you. That sounds like you.
Because I use like wipes.
Yeah.
Because so the whole thing, and sorry that we're getting this way, but
I ordered wipes off of fucking Dollar. I just realized I ordered Dollar Shave Club wipes.
mm-hmm.
Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm wrong. But I remember ordering wipes, and I didn't order a new handle. But they gave me a new handle and the other 3 things I ordered. But I didn't get the wipes. So maybe they thought, oh, he can wipe with a handle.
Maybe.
What is their fucking thought process?
I've used their wipes before. They're pretty nice.
I know. I wanted some wet shit to wipe my.
Well,
but
so
I'm
the
a
whole
dry guy in that regard. I'm a wet guy in other regards.
And so this is why this ad is also mine, because now.
No, I have an ad prepared for you.
That's
why I
fine.
laughed earlier. Look at my phone.
Okay.
Trust me, it's good.
Okay. But to add into it, why, like, if you were to fall into dog poop, would you just take a dry paper towel and wipe it off? No, you would wash it off in the sink and then take a, wet towel.
So you say I fall on my arm?
Yeah, let's say like it fell on you're not going to just take a dry towel and be like, okay, I'm good. Yeah. So why do we treat our precious jewel, our back door, like that?
Yeah, that's a good point.
And so I've always been a very one for the wipes, especially. But even I was actually looking into it, and apparently there's it creates sensitivity that over time can kind of become a problem. I didn't really know that.
What, wiping with toilet paper?
With like actual wipes.
What do you mean?
Like it could just cause some kind of irritation or something. I don't know. I just read that before. I didn't really look too much into it. But
yeah, I mean, well, there's probably like some sort of surfactant or detergent in the wipe, right? That causes that makes it clean. It's not just water. There's some sort of soap kind of thing in there.
And that's why a bidet is potentially the better option.
Yeah. But what if you use
like
reverse
I'm talking
osmosis water on your asshole?
Dude, that'd be nice.
You think about how bougie you could get.
Yeah, drink from.
But you liked it though. The experience was fine.
Oh yeah, no, it's awesome. Like I'm gonna get one.
Okay. Did we ever cheers with the whiskey? I don't remember. Can we just do that? Because gotta make eye contact too. It's a thing. I'm abiding by that law.
We did cheers, just so you know. But
I'm
I'm always
sorry.
down for. That's my favorite sound.
That's a good sound, man.
Can we actually do it on the microphone?
Yeah.
Okay, scoot it. No. What are you doing? Scoot back. We have to get it right there.
That was a little more abrasive. It didn't get a lot of that reverb tail that I would like for it to go.
Yeah, we kind of need to do like.
Get a background noise.
Like this.
That's fine too. Yeah, I like your bottom to my middle. I like when the movies when they cheers and the beer just flies out. That's
you know
not
why
realistic.
They do
Why?
that? Back in the day, in the Viking times, like King's Landing times.
Oh yeah, that's a long time ago.
They would smash their ales of horn to spill into the other person's drink to show like if you poison me.
Oh, you're getting it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if it's like a non-dissolvable poison at the bottom? It takes time.
Dude, this is fucking
They
cavemen
had
stuff.
it then. They had it then. Yeah, that's cool. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Poison was probably real sketchy back then. Like
Really sketchy. It was happening all the time.
I feel so endangered back then. I don't want to ever live like that. That's fucking fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay. Your ad I prepared for you like 2 weeks. Dude, we haven't recorded for a while, so
Yeah.
and that's okay. Bear with us, everyone. This is July 11th. So what is it? Yeah, over a week ago. That's not that bad.
No. We
When I
posted
wrote
last Monday.
this, was that?
We posted last Monday, right?
I don't remember anymore. I became such a stoner the May and June, and I just started to pump the brakes. I was like, this is too much. I've never been able to do that for very long. It doesn't sustain I don't sustain. I like weed, but a few times a week is fine. All right. So, and I'll give you a little background so you can have some help. I am a very interesting person, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
You are.
Don't worry, your ad's not gonna be me. That's eventually I'll give that ad to you. That'd be a funny time to advertise for one another. Okay, bookmark that shit. Anyway, I'm an interesting person, and you know what I like to eat sometimes? I'll eat a whole bag of chips, tortilla chips, with just Chipotle Tabasco. You know, some people will have chips and dips.
Yep.
But I call it chips and drips because you're dripping it on. So I want to open up a restaurant one day that's just. It's going to be bigger than this, but it's going to be called Chips and Drips. It's just going to have various chips of all sorts and sizes, ranging from appetizer to dessert, and all sorts of dips, from guacamole to sour cream dips to herb dips to vegan dips to hummus to fondues to hot sauces. And so you need to do an ad for Chips and Drips, the hot sauce chip store. Yep, the options are endless.
So it's chips and drips,
Chips and drips.
but ultimately it's anything.
Yeah, the R is going to be in parentheses because you have dips.
Because like
and,
if you have
dips and
fondue,
drips.
like you're doing it in like strawberries then too, right?
Yeah, or mozzarella cheese sticks deep fried into fucking chocolate. That could be fine. The options are endless, dude.
Yeah.
It's like a buffet kind of thing. You go around. Like imagine American Airlines thing.
Mm-hmm.
You
Dips and stuff, dude. Dipping in
chips and drips.
chips and drips.
So let's hear it.
Chips and drips. Welcome to our new concept. That's all I got.
I'm waiting for it.
Actually, I need to process this real quick because that's a lot of info that you just handed at me.
It is, but you know.
You know your boy's got this.
You
too.
always got this.
I've already got a good idea.
How's everyone doing out there? Hope you're good. Right now, me and Austin are, for those of you who can't view, we're sitting in a brightly lit, very clean light room. No, this is all natural light. This is sunlight filtered through wires that we've curated a space so me and him can operate in the most secure, loving environment because we want to live with a very high degree of love for one another and the earth and the abundance that Mother Nature provides through yoga and veganism and chips and drips.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Austin, and we're starting a new concept called Chips and Drips. Me and Maddie Stu are starting this new concept down in Scottsdale. You can catch us at Fashion Square, where we have our chef, Matt Stewart, better known as Maddie Stew or Hotel on Fire.
Yeah, boy.
He has been dedicated to finding the best salsas to put on your chips, the best cheeses to dip your fucking pretzels in, the best fondue to put that fucking fruit in. We have so many different options. This is going to be a buffet style. And we're working on how to make it the best with Corona. So we kind of are a little behind right now.
Safety first is priority.
But we have a bunch of weird shit. So you could have your fucking whole wheat grain tortilla chips that you want to just dip a little bit of Chipotle sauce on. Or we have like the messy we have essentially 3 main courses. It starts with an appetizer. And that is what we call our crumble soups. And there we have, for instance, one option is literally just smashed up tortilla chips, put into a bowl, and then put salsa in it, and it's like a little soup or cereal. It's cereal.
It's served in the bottom of the bag, like the end.
And it's just a mess. You can also do that with Fritos and like cheese and beans.
Yeah.
And that's just crumbled up like that. We also have another one where it's like the nacho cheese Doritos with ketchup and mustard mixed together. That one is really good. That's my personal favorite. I love that one. It's
Yeah.
my personal favorite.
Okay.
And then from there, so those are a couple of our options. We also do have some hummus. So like we'll have like pita chip crumbles with some hummus.
For the
That
Greeks.
Yes. And also some of those, when you go to the Indian restaurant and you get that really, really thin chip, that really thin like paper chip. It's like a little Lysol strip for your tongue. It just dissolves. We also have that as an option as well.
Okay.
Now, when we get into the main course, essentially it's a nacho bar, but without any of the cheese or anything like that. So you just kind of pick your certain chips, and then you can drizzle on whatever salsa or topping you want. So again, you could even do that same thing with the Doritos, where it's just that ketchup drizzled over it and mustard drizzled over it and mayonnaise, and it's a really good time. We do encourage you to take breaks between each course because I know that for me, whenever I eat a lot of chips, I get locked jaw and my jaw begins to hurt, or I get chips stuck up in between my teeth. So we actually have a waiting period in between each course, and that is where you can go
It's
play.
mandatory. Right?
Yeah, you can go play some cornhole. You can go. We will have the tushies there, so you could go get your asshole blasted.
Take a shit for your brain.
And hopefully
Yes.
brush your teeth. We don't have a process to get you there yet. But then the dessert section is going to be
Tushy for teeth.
tushy for teeth. And then we have like the more dessert style, and that's where we're going to have the strawberry fondue,
Fondue.
chips and chocolate.
The fondue fountain called the
Yeah.
fondue.
And it's a really exciting concept. It's going to be so Scottsdale. Although our market audience probably is more of like fucking Deep Gilbert.
And-
just get those little
And idiots.
prick ass little kids.
They're fucking idiots, yeah.
Those 16-year-olds that are driving their friends and they're like, "Oh, let's fucking eat some chaps." So
It's stoners, dude.
yeah, we're working on it. We also got Rice Krispies, and then every Tuesday we do Taco Tuesday, just because you have to.
Yeah, there's actually a mandate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the good news is for all you fucking people out there is we are a non-mask believing concept. So just come in, dip them chips, dip them dicks, get your tushy cleaned, and yeah. And then our whole thing is by the end of it, we hope that you've had so many chips that the chip is now dipping in between your teeth because you've eaten so many chips.
Yeah, and the reason why we're anti-mask is because you're not allowed to breathe in chips and drips, so you have to take breathing breaks too.
Yeah.
Everyone's fitted with a tube that plugs into the outside, so you shovel the chips, you hold it, and then you can breathe back out, and that tube you get to take home.
Dude, that restaurant sounds like a nightmare.
It does. The way you described it, some parts of it I think could work.
I literally can just see like just some shitty looking
ketchup-
buffet.
Ketchup mustard thing ruined it for me.
Have you ever had Doritos and ketchup?
No.
It's don't knock it till you try it. Dude.
Okay, you're right. Yeah, I haven't tried it, so I can't really speak to it. But thank you for your ad.
Yeah, dude.
Is there any discount code that you should besides the Taco Tuesday thing?
This is a different thing because we're still a startup. We actually are opening to investors. So if you want to invest, please swipe up on the logo below, or the link below, and it is going to be chipsanddips.net/tell your mom I love her. And there you can invest into our GoFundMe to get this restaurant. We need about $250,000, and we haven't started fundraising yet. So
yeah, we got $15 in the pool. So
yeah,
because I lost a bet, but then that's beside the point.
I was watching The Office where Ryan is trying to start Woof, and he blows all the investment into condoms and shirts for girls to wear on the beach, and that's kind of what I'm going to do as well. So thanks for checking it out, and we look forward to meeting our super duper duper investors.
We're going to spend all your money. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Okay, both of us are out of touch with ads. That's for sure. That's my conclusion. You did great. You got some momentum. So we're going to work on that, and we're going to keep strong, and we're not going to stop doing the ad thing. It's going to be fucking great, especially when we start to incorporate guests back on. And I thought of an idea. We can talk about it now, but when we have guests, we can do it in my studio. Okay, we'll do it in my place, and I'm going to find a plastic fucking thing. What's a thing we can put on the other side of the table? That way we can't breathe on each other. Pretty cool, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So that's the idea. I do want to ask you a question. This is something that I also wrote down. Do you remember what you did on the night on Evan's birthday? There we go. I can speak. Do you remember what you did?
I did a lot of things.
Yeah. Can you describe that night?
I know to start, I drank over 240 ounces of beer and didn't eat all day.
That blows my mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a judgment thing. It's just like,
No, yeah.
how?
It's
I mean, you're
impressive.
Austin Gavin. That's kind of your thing, but like,
Mm-hmm.
that's Bert Kreischer of you, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. In some ways, it's not awesome at all, but that's a lot of fucking beer. Is that you didn't eat at all, or did you eat after that or during that?
I had like a little snacks.
Wow,
Yeah.
240 ounces. So, do you remember what you did though?
Are you talking about how I fell? Is that what you're talking about?
I was part of it.
Yeah.
Remember what else you did?
No.
It was very rude. It's very rude. So, you and a few other friends were crowded around this table. You had
Uh-huh.
your sisters here. Your younger sisters, Austin. And I go to sit down. I come in here ready to hang with my friends, ready to celebrate Evan's birthday. And I come to sit down, and who comes in front of me and proceeds to sit down on a bench in front of me? Who is it? Who am I to be? Guess.
Me?
Yeah? Oh, yeah. Right? Ding, ding, ding. What'd you do before you sat down?
I don't know.
You must have used a tushy that day because there was shit water and shit gas stuck up your butt that you decided to unleash in my direction. You didn't say hi. You didn't say, hey, man, you're awesome. You're one of my good friends. I love you. No, you came and you essentially wafted your shit air right towards me, and it smelled like hot dog water. Why?
Dude,
I'm not. This is not a joke.
no, but
You did it twice,
you're misinterpreting.
and you also fell, you fucking loser.
I learned that dogs will smell other dogs or people's behind because it is the way that they can recognize them easiest because the scent is the most distinct. I was simply trying to do that.
You mistake me for a dog?
No.
You didn't even pet my head.
No, but me spraying my gas was a way for me to say hi.
No.
Yeah, no, but that's what it was.
Okay, then how do you think my reaction was?
You laughed and you liked it.
I walked away from it
Yeah.
because it caught up with me. I
Mhm.
laughed at first because I was like, oh, I want to be cool for everybody.
But
Deep
then
down inside it
How
it
much were you
violated
thinking
me.
of me then in that moment?
Nonstop.
Yeah,
God damn it.
it's a really good way to say
piece
hi.
of shit. No, that's not a good way to. You didn't even. You treat me like a dog if you're gonna fart at me like a dog. You scratch behind my ears. You tell me I'm a good boy. Pet my head. Look at this
Hold
fluffy
on.
hair.
Hold on. I did do that.
No.
Remember at the end of the night, I was holding you and you were cuddling on my arm and I was rubbing your head?
Eventually.
Yep, I did it.
But I coaxed that out of you, out of your drunken stupor. After you, no, you fell right after that. I was being nice because you're my homie, you're my boy. But twice you farted on me before any of that happened. So what am I supposed to think? How am I supposed to read that situation?
That means that we are officially that close.
We're that close, dude.
Because I don't do that to nobody.
Best hand job I've ever gotten.
Yeah.
No, it was from some girl years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing to do with you. Anyway,
Yeah.
hand jobs are stupid. Like, stop. Like, no, I can't even barely do it. You know,
Yeah.
to myself. You know, so.
I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, dude, it just kind of really pissed me off.
I'm sorry.
You think you think you're the only one who gets blood red mad?
Well, if it makes you feel any better,
Hot dog water.
well, that's like
This
Limp
ad is brought
Bizkit's
to you by
album.
Hot what?
Limp Bizkit's album. Hot dog flavored water and chocolate starfishes.
Sorry, I don't listen to bullshit.
Well,
I honestly don't know. I don't know their material very much. I'm open to listening to them.
their album literally is titled
I believe
Hot
you.
dog flavored water and chocolate starfish.
Thank you for saying sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
You're welcome.
There you go. Fucking tame the beast. You gotta tame the red fucking beast. There's
Yeah.
a devil in you.
Yeah, there is.
Well, this is part of learning and growing, man. And I just had to let you know that
No,
was
that was
very-
I was bedridden the whole next day.
you were. I didn't know. So I get there and I didn't. Austin, you can handle booze generally. Sometimes I've seen you in recent times where he drinks like a shot of Woodford and throws up in his mouth and has to run in the bathroom and makes plans with me that he bails on the next day. So you're not quite fully beyond your yes and no's, but that's okay because I still love you regardless.
Well, no, because
and I have my own flaws too.
I made a mistake in booking something that I had already double booked.
So your yes and no's were So
Yeah.
I'm right. So you just basically repeated what I said.
Well, no, but there's a you
go on.
Yes, you are right, but at the same time,
Feels
it is
good.
proving my point of, hey man, sorry, last night when I told you that I can't do that because I actually have this going on.
Yeah, but I woke up early for you.
I know.
I woke up at 11 o'clock. That's early.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Because even
that's the other thing. Yeah, put it on me. There we go. What do you got? I'll take it.
no, it's just funny when it's like, oh yeah, like I gotta move early. Literally, when you text me that you could do it early in the morning, this podcast,
I was planning on 9 a.m. I was planning on getting up like a fucking
I was
madman.
picturing when you said early in the morning, like 6.
Oh, really?
That's like when I'm normally up.
That's crazy. But you stay up though.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to fix it. I'm one day in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how well I'll do. I did take a stimulant today, so
Yeah.
I did a coffee. I did an espresso and tonic from Peixoto. It just sounded. My roommate had one from some other coffee shop. And I tried it. I was like, I want that.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
I would be down to try it again now, but when I first tried it, because I wasn't into sparkling water too.
Oh yeah.
But it was a weird thing.
There's a really interesting thing when you stack bitter on bitter because your mouth has 6 different bitter types it can taste.
Mm-hmm.
Tonic, quinine is different than the coffee bitter. So they stack in a weird way that kind of like works if you're open to it. But what I do want to say though is, I forgive you about all of your short givings and your miscomings and your what nots and what didn't do and what, how poor you've been in past operations and whatnot. So, I forgive you and that's okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
I do want to say that, I'm no stranger to being a fuck up. So I see you, but,
that was a fun night.
It was, but so anyway, I get there and you apparently were really drunk. I noticed you seemed just normal. You seemed genuinely, you seemed fucking normal. I was like, oh, okay. And then like I cuddled you on the couch and then you fucking go up and you eat shit. I was like, oh, I guess he's hammered. Then you start walking away. I was like, oh my God, he's fucked up. I didn't even know. I had no gauge. It was very funny. Like you were, and then we played Smash and you really were bad. And I was like, and Austin like just like falling asleep on the couch. Like, oh my God, yeah. So the next day was bad.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's gnarly.
I woke up and I was like truly still buzzing like a bumblebee. I didn't mix liquors, so that's good. It was all beer, but it was
that's a lot, dude.
It was a lot of beer. Like when I added it up, I was like, man, that's. And I went and got Elmer's. Eric
Elmer's?
had to drive me Elmer's. Oh, dude, it's like the burrito shop.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know if it was like a hangover fucking drink or something.
No.
Like Elmer's glue and Powerade.
Yeah, that sticks you right back
Mix
together.
it up quick before it separates.
Yeah, new hangover drink, Elmer's glue and
It sticks your butthole shut. Put it in your tushy and squirt it right up.
ay,
Yeah,
santo.
we entered so wise on this episode and it just fell apart.
Oh yeah,
It's okay.
and I got a burrito, a ham, sausage, bacon, potato breakfast burrito, just stacked.
Ham.
It's like $6 for all that too. It's,
Piggies, dude.
Yeah.
So.
And Eric had to drive me because I literally was like, I can't. I was gonna call Postmates. And
That would have been $17.
but I was like, I literally, and then ate half of it, drank a Coca-Cola, and watched The Office downstairs for a bit, and then fell asleep for like 4.5 hours.
It'd be really funny, man, if we did a clip of you giving nutrition advice, like a 5-minute on how to like manage a 240 ounce, like very specific to this night. You're in a white coat with like a doctor's like heart monitor thing and like a whatever thing they have on their head and like you look the part, right? And this is nutrition advice with Austin Gavin, and it's exactly how to handle a 270 ounce. Because I would assume you had another 30 ounces of beer. I bought you 4 IPAs and you cracked one open. So you cracked it open very warm. That should have drawn me concern too, because it was like an hour and a half warm and you still opened it. And I was like, is that even cold, dude?
I think I swapped it out.
Oh, did you?
I don't know.
Okay.
No, I
Doesn't make you
truly
remember much.
did all the math. So at Wilderness, I drank.
Oh, you went to Wilderness too? I thought you guys just
Yeah.
went to Cornish.
We went to Wilderness before.
Oh.
Evan got a new car, so he wanted to drive because that was also my thing. I was like,
I'm not driving. I'm going for it.
yeah,
Yeah.
because it's not all the time that happens. Like,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's funny. Evan like was like, no, like I literally want to drive my car. So he was even giving me shit the next day. He's like, I was your DD on my birthday. I was like, dude, you said you wanted to drive.
You signed up for it, bitch.
But at Wilderness, I drank. They had a Stein happy hour, and I had 5 Steins, but a friend had half of one.
Okay.
But so those are like 21 ounces each. And then at Cornish, I had a 20 ounce and then a 32 ounce there.
Damn.
And then we came home. I had 2 Belgian 12 ounces that my sister brought over, which those are like 10%.
Yeah, buildings don't fuck around.
Yeah. And so, yeah, and then I'm trying to recall everything. And then just some other beer. Yeah, like the Tower Station and stuff. And
Yeah.
after I added it all up. Oh, and I had Le Choufs before we went to Wilderness.
Oh God, dude.
Yeah.
And the shoes, what, 7, 8?
No, 8 or, yeah, like 8. Maybe,
Okay.
Maybe higher?
Hmm.
No, 8.5, I think. Oh, I love Le Choufs, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, I remember it was like a 13-hour bender, basically.
That's crazy. Did you have anything that like stimulated you that whole time, or coffee or Adderall or anything? Or
No.
Wow. For me, like I've had moments in my life where I've drank a lot in a period of time like that. It always makes me feel like garbage. But that much beer, I don't know if I could. It makes me. I might have like a slight wheat thing. My mom has one. It doesn't. It really does not sit well with me if I have a lot. So I can only limit to myself to like 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm. So, interestingly enough, if I have 1 beer, maybe even 2, I will be like knocked out, like tired, and I'm just like. So honestly, like if I'm gonna be drinking beer, I have to like actually kind of like maintain almost like this buzz
You
to like keep me going.
Yeah, I gotta time it out.
And so, I truly was feeling fine.
You seem fine.
Which is actually really interesting to hear because even I remember my little sisters came over, which was really sweet. They wanted to celebrate Evan, which was super sweet of them.
Yeah.
And
it was cool seeing them. It's been years
Yeah.
since I've seen them. It's crazy.
but even with them being over, that's when it kind of started. I was like, oh man, I'm like, and I kept making sure they were okay.
Tilted, dude.
And they were laughing about it too, because the next day I was like, hey, thanks for coming over, and sorry if I was too drunk,
You were drumming. You were teaching them how to drum.
It was so sweet. And like, that's the cool part is like, I kind of felt irresponsible, which I mean, yeah, maybe. But
Yeah, whatever. You're 26.
yeah, it
we're
was
26.
sweet. And but yeah, it was funny. Like they knew,
Yeah.
isn't that funny? Like they
Yeah, they
were
get
aware.
it.
Yeah.
They get it.
But even like, so if you didn't, you were like, I didn't even notice.
Yeah. Well, I didn't see you the whole. It started clicking as the night went on because I went
Yeah.
with Kevin and Dave and went to the store and then
Yeah.
was talking with them and Evan. And I wasn't really talking with you because your sister's there. When they left, that's when you started to like unravel in my perception because
Yeah.
we're like, hey, what's up? Then we kind of said hi
Yeah.
after you farted on me twice.
Yeah, dude.
Hot dog
You know
water.
what it is. But I messed up and I didn't. All I ate was like a piece of a quesadilla at Wilderness and some fries.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll do it.
But it's interesting though, because also to my
Damn.
defense, I got to drink so much good beer that day. Like starting with Le Choufs, Wilderness has some awesome IPAs right now.
You're spoiled, dude.
And then like the downfall was probably at Cornish, but then like coming home to like more Belgians and like Towers, like it was just like such a good lineup that day
Yeah.
that it was like, yeah, this is good. And that's my thing too. Like I don't typically like White Claw is probably the shittiest thing that I drink.
Yeah, but it's just not good.
Yeah.
That's the thing with it. Like, what we should do, man, we should experiment and make our own. Next time
I'd be down.
we decide to have like a White Claw pool day.
Yeah, because that's my thing. Is it's just
We'll get
it's a. I'd rather drink that even than beer though. Like when it's 115 outside.
Yeah. Do you like cucumber?
Uh-huh.
Do you like lemon and stuff?
Oh yeah.
And
I
herbs.
Like, I like everything.
So dude,
chamoy.
what
What was that fucking fruit that we used to eat?
you used to eat cherimoya all the time.
Cherimoya.
Yeah. We can get some.
Yeah, I haven't had that in a long time.
Yeah, I used to love that shit. only tried it once. Forget. Yeah.
It was just an intense Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, those weird South American like fruits. There's a lot in that family that get fucking funky. There's one. This guy I follow. His page is Foxotron. Foxxotron. He's in, I think, outside of Austin, Texas. He has this crazy food forest with the wildest, the most wild. How we doing in your camera? You good? Your phone? The most wild, like, rare fruit varieties is they're called gummy worm fruit. Like. They look like gummy worms, like fat gummy worms, like beans, and he opens them up and they have like, they taste like vanilla, strawberry, custard with pineapple and like kiwi. It's like crazy flavors. I'm like, damn, I want to like meet this guy, and he's got all these cool varieties. These ones that are related to cherimoya called sugar apples, and they're like, you know how cherimoya is kind of like has like hexagonal kind of like things. Imagine if they were just like ribbed all like that. I'll show you.
I like that.
They're really interesting. I really want to try them. You can get them at the Asian market frozen, but I'm like, I don't know if that'll be the same. Huh?
Like an H Mart?
Asian market?
H Mart?
H Mart? Is that what it is? I go to like Mekong. Okay. You can go to Lily's too if they might have it there. There we go. Now he's moving it. I was bugging out earlier because I was looking at the audio and I was making sure that my voice was sounding, because for some reason I was looking at my input on this and it looked like I didn't have sound coming out. I freaked out. I was like, have I not been sounding? So I'm hearing myself, but we good.
Nice.
Anyway, that's beside the point. Dude, it feels good to drink this right now. Thank you for sharing.
Have some of that Statesman too.
I'll try it. Yeah. The thing I was going to say is we can make some fucking homemade White Claws one day.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be cool. One thing I've been wanting to ask you for the last 10 minutes, last 10 minutes is so important. We think you and I should go on a fucking Tell Your Mama I Love Her trip. Use a Tell Your Mama I Love Her account. That's got negative. Doesn't have any. There's no account.
Yeah.
But pretend, it's like a research trip. Let's just go when things get kind of returned back to normal. Let's go and travel. Like, let's go to fucking go get drunk at bars. Like we've
yeah.
Like, remember we went to LA? We kind of broke off. I feel like if we did that trip, you and I ourselves, just go for it, like save up money and just
I would love that.
Be cool. I
would
gotta
really
figure
love
out. I gotta figure out how to make money again, man. It's weird. Like weird. I'm probably gonna be like thin for a while, but I think it's gonna be a good thing.
Yeah.
I can't go back to restaurants.
It's all. I mean, it's all. People go through those times just at different times. Like I went through that for the last few years.
Yeah.
But it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, luckily too for me, I don't have any student debt, so
same.
I kind of viewed all that as like my school,
See, and that's what I viewed a lot of things as too. And you like say you're not making as much money, like, well, how much am I learning? How is it evening out?
Yeah, like even I have some that, and that was a big breakthrough for me because naturally, even though I try not to, you always are comparing and whatever.
Yeah.
And I knew certain friends that had like way more of an income, but then I realized, I remember talking to one, this was years ago, and he was telling me how much he was making, and like we were like that close, and I was just like, oh wow, like that's crazy. But then he also helped me put it into perspective. He's like, I also have $80,000 of student debt, and I'm paying at the time this crazy truck payment, rent.
It's like $2,000 a month.
He was paying, I think it was like something like $300, something like that, a check. So yeah, like $600-700 a month. And I was like, oh, okay, so we're actually like kind of in the same boat.
Yeah, when you look at
you view it that like what it costs for me to run my life. Yeah, and even right now, I'm just kind of paying off some like bullshit.
Yeah, dude.
But
I keep telling people not to do credit cards. It's just dumb right now.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's even
especially right now because it's gonna be so easy for some people who aren't employed to rack up $4 or $5 grand.
Yeah.
You gotta pay back.
Yep.
I mean, I have a little bit on one that's like. Luckily, I don't have interest for 20 months, so I'll have it paid off in that time. But it's like,
that's good.
Fuck.
I have one more payment on my car. $170 left.
Nice, dude. That's fucking awesome. Congrats. Thanks. Oh, yeah, that's good thinking.
Well, we've already been bumping it, so it's
might as well continue the trend.
But dude, really I'm stoked.
That's fucking awesome. When I pay mine off, it's like it's such a good feeling to be like I don't have to. I own this now. It's mine.
And it's just that's gonna free up. I mean, $300 a month. That's awesome.
That's
Like, I don't think
it's $11 a day, about 10, $11 a day.
Yeah. Like,
If you
I
think
don't
about
think
it.
I realized like how much that's gonna be really cool.
5 years every day, it's just $10. I mean, you think about it that way, you break down, you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, I never thought of it that way.
But one day we'll grind enough to get enough income. Here's the thing, man. We're as whatever careers that we choose between all the things we do,
Mm-hmm.
part of our careers, we're like what 4 or 5 years in, realistically. Beyond college years, like we're like 4 or 5 years in, like practice, like for me, songwriting, and like talking in front of people, which I think bartending is part of. I mean, it's definitely why I got better at it. But like doing this, we're very short into it, But like, think about some people that have been doing that for 20 years. Like they're fine. They're doing fine,
Mm-hmm.
So just keep fucking swinging. Right now, it's a weird. I feel like it's getting less weird, but it's gonna bounce back to fucking weird soon.
It's like, well, I think what's happening is it's normalizing, but it is. I will say I'm actually starting to get into that camp too. It's like it's different every day. Like what is real, what isn't. Like,
yeah.
Well, is this all just because it's an election year? I don't know.
It is and isn't, because it's this pandemic that it's just affecting so much, and there's back and forth shit like with the Trump. Like, I don't know why Trump administration would be taking the data instead of the CDC.
It's
That
so
whole thing
weird.
happened, and then there's also a lot of shit where multiple occasions from multiple people I've heard where people have gotten tested and they didn't want to wait in line, and they left.
Yeah.
And they get an email later saying, "Hey, you tested positive." They're like, "I didn't even test."
Yeah.
And this happened with multiple people. One guy
No,
was like,
I know a few people.
and a few. So
Yeah.
I would assume that it's safe to say maybe 15 to 20% of the tests that are coming back positive are misfires.
Well, so check
That's
this out.
Yeah.
I got mine because even I didn't wait in a line. Like I had an appointment. It was a 5-minute appointment.
Did you do a drive-through? I did a drive-through. Oh, okay.
I went into an actual place, which thankfully, because I would not have been able to shove that thing up my nose like that.
Oh, they just took a Q-tip inside. They didn't go all the way up.
Oh no, I had like a Q-tip. Like,
is it uncomfortable?
So initially no, and it was weird. Like the lady was just like, just hold your head back and, just straight back. And she did so good. She was like, it might make you sneeze. If you are gonna sneeze, let me know. Basically, let me know because we need to take this out if you're gonna fucking sneeze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breaks off in there.
Oh my god. But I was a good boy, and I just held it. And when she started like turning it, that's when it kind of just got like a little like. And then when she pulled it out, though, that's when like my eyes just like watered.
Yeah.
Because it just hit those sinuses,
Yeah.
And then I went into another room and got the antibody test. I didn't know that they were drawing blood. I thought it was just like a finger prick.
Oh, so they actually.
And I've never gotten blood drawn before.
Oh, it's not great.
Well, and so the lady was like, "So what's your good arm?" And I'm nervous because now I'm realizing. And so I was like, "Oh, I don't really know. I've never drawn blood before." And she was like, "Oh," like you could hear her worry of like, "Is this gonna go okay?" And she had commented.
Just starts.
Well, because it's like either I'm gonna handle this or not. And even in my head, I was like, "Did I eat enough today?" Like I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
And she had commented on my Jordans before. Actually, these ones, the purple ones. She was like, "I like your shoes." And so I was just like trying to make small talk as well, because she was like trying to find the vein on my right arm. And she was like, "Yeah, like maybe we'll just try the other arm." And I was like, "Oh yeah," like, and I'm awkward. You know, when it's like one of those awkward conversations where I was saying things that I just was like, this feels so weird. So even she's like, "Maybe it's your left arm." I was like, "Oh yeah, actually, like I am left-handed, so I use that arm a lot." And I immediately went in because she was like, "Oh, okay," like didn't really respond. And I was like, "Did that feel like a sex reference?" Like, like a.
Oh, I jack off all the time. Left is the way to go.
Like that's.
Come on, lady.
And I was just like, "Sorry, like that's."
I'm wearing Jordans. What do you
and I
think?
literally was like, "Sorry if that was weird." I was like, "So like, do you like Jordan 1s?" And she was like, "Jordan, like what?" She didn't even realize. She just was. And it was funny talking to Kiyomi after, because she draws blood for people too.
Oh, she does? Oh,
Well, not now, but
crazy that someone does that. I would never want to do that.
Well,
props to Kiyomi for that.
She was telling me, she's like, "Yeah, like she was just making small talk to like keep your mind off of." and I was like actually making it like a full conversation. So it was just funny. But
So where'd you grow up?
yeah, and I got my results back, obviously all negative. I was more curious on the antibodies too. I was really hoping. I thought I had it in January.
You fucking fucker. You and like every other person.
I mean, I was like, I
get it.
I had all the symptoms, and that was one of the most sick I'd been in a long time.
Yeah.
And I got an email a few days after I got my results back saying, "Hey, we're emailing you to say that we are offering a free rescheduled appointment because if you haven't gotten your results back, the lab didn't get to all them, so the tests all died." Which I thought was pretty interesting too.
You got sent that even though you got negative.
Well, yeah, like they were basically like, if you want to come get retested to make sure, like we're saving spots for everybody that got tested in this window.
Okay.
I initially booked one, but then I kind of was like, you know what? I don't need to keep getting tested right now. Like there's people that I have friends that like needed to be tested.
Yeah.
And it was good to know, but so it was just interesting though. I'm like, man, like yeah, imagine the mess of like to keep all that shit organized.
Yeah, well, and a lot of it's like people who don't really work in that kind of thing. They're just quickly
volunteering.
Trained. Yeah, I'm sure they get paid because it's federally funded and stuff. But I'm wondering if like funding changes the more positive tests you give. I think there's got to be some. I'm not saying it's all. That's not by any stretch of the imagination what I'm saying. I just think that I don't trust this to be perfect because it's not. It's overwhelming for people. It's too much stuff coming in and people want to get tested. I mean, this MCC place I went is there's at MCC. There's one at like Rio Salado and a few other free ones that it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So there's people there all day long, and so I can only imagine how many thousands of people go through that place in a day. And then I don't trust it to be completely accurate, which is totally fair.
Yeah,
you're dealing with organizing so much shit, and I still haven't gotten results back. Like to this day,
when did you go?
Thursday.
Oh yeah, but mine took like 7 days.
Oh really? Oh yeah. Okay. So that's
mine
the thing.
Said 7 to 10 days. I would know.
So you go get a test and you're like, okay, well, at least I'll know like last Thursday whether I was positive or negative. And then I went to the grocery store after that, and I've encountered 3 other people since then. And it's beside the point. So it's like, I think the only thing that's gonna really remedy how the world turns back to like quote unquote normal, to a comfortable level of engaging with people is that we'll have when we have a viable antiviral or a viable vaccine, if that's even a possibility. So like,
and it will.
Yeah, well, I think so too. But some of that stuff takes years. I think Ebola took 4 years. Obviously, this is extremely widespread. The whole world is experiencing it. But the thing is, man, humanity goes through this shit. Yeah. The influenza in 1918 was like significantly bigger than this. Over 50 million people in the world died. So
there was a pandemic in the 60s as well.
There's swine flu. There's West Nile virus.
The difference is right now is social media.
100%.
Plain and simple.
And it's fear mongering, and that's what
people
are.
I have to like stay off.
Same.
And I really have been.
I've been limiting like as much as I can. I mean, I have an hour and a half per day my phone allows me, which is a lot, but given I do communicate with a lot of people via social media, like I have a lot of conversations going, it's not all just like Zooming, which
you even know, because I won't respond to things sometimes for days. Like it's just a weird thing that even just like
it's not healthy to be on there like that.
Yeah. And it's like I will see it, but I don't. I give myself blocks to where I can like respond to people.
Push notifications. Yeah.
Well, those are turned off.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good.
They've been turned off for a long time.
Why haven't I done it?
So actually, I've been meaning to even say this for the podcast, because now that I have the podcast, I get notifications for that.
Yeah.
But on my Instagram, it's unless it's like a comment or something like that. But like all that stuff, it's just turned off. Okay. I try to make it so that when I open the app, like I'm in the app. And so...
Yeah, because otherwise it'll trigger you to want to get on it all the time.
All the time.
Have you tried the phone in grayscale?
Mm-mm.
Didn't work. Stupid.
Okay.
Don't do it. It's a waste of fucking...
Yeah, I think that's would help people's mental a lot, is to actually like just not be on it all the time. It's not going anywhere. It's going to like... you got to give yourself space. Just like anything, you need space.
Well, and it's also not an indicator of your social virtue either. So that's like that needs to be addressed. Like, just because you're, you know, not posting certain things regarding wearing a mask, regarding Black Lives Matter, you pick the fucking thing. If you're not reposting about Epstein or whatever the
Every
fucking
day,
you know, like that doesn't mean reposting means you're a good or bad person. It's just like, just get off the fucking thing. Write a list of how it helps you. And write a list of how it doesn't help you. You're gonna see that list is gonna weigh in one direction. It's probably gonna be more negative.
Yeah.
It's a really ingenuine way of delivering humanity to others. It's not giving the true perspective. And if you do, people might get weird by it, and then oftentimes people like, dude, the Instagram arguments that you and I have both gotten in, not even arguments, it's people coming at us about simple shit like posting stuff. It's like, dude.
So that's actually even when I realized there was a issue for me, is like even times, where like we were getting things and like you were sending me stuff. Really good, right?
Tastes like
really balanced.
Caramel graham crackers.
Dude, I haven't had a graham cracker in a long
Tastes
time.
like graham crackers. That's good.
Yeah, I think it's like a really well balanced. Like the 1920 hits you in the fucking chest.
Well, it's so different because there's like some citrus stuff like orange and stuff in 1920 and banana. I've gotten in the past. Coming from the rye to this is so different because the rye is like fruity.
Yep.
And it has like apple stuff, and this is just like this is just like toast and So
the name is fitting too. It's just like statesman. Like it just feels like a very like.
That's good, man.
Proper, yeah. I photographed a friend. His daughter's had just turned 2. Okay. His daughter had just turned 2, and I did her photos the day before, so they could make a little post of it.
Yeah. And
he gave me that bottle for doing it.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah. You know what's funny?
Ooh, I gotta take the trash out. I'm not at home. Shit.
You know what's funny is I technically get paid more if I just like, I have certain things like, he's a great friend, been a mentor in my life, so it's not even a thing for me.
Obama, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good guy.
What's funny is getting a gift like that, even though that technically isn't the price of what I would normally charge for a shoot, right? But getting like a gift, I actually realized I really liked.
Yeah.
Like it was very sweet.
And it appeals to you. That's what a true gift is, Something that's like, it's not something I just want to, like, I don't know. There's some.
Well, and it's different too, because he gave that to me Wednesday. It's almost halfway there.
Keep those things secret, but anyway, yeah. No, it's no secret that you like to booze.
Well, and I've shared it with people too.
Yeah.
Like, all these, I got these 2 days ago, but
it's not making it better.
No.
He pulls out a bag with 7 other bottles. I got these this morning.
I share it with people though.
Yeah. That same. I love it.
It's a blessing and a curse, because I buy booze and then I open it for people, and then
it's pricey. Yeah, it goes.
Yeah, it does.
That's what I do with wine, man. I love sharing that shit.
Fucking $18 a bottle.
Worth it, man. Old Forester's one of the best bangs for your buck.
Okay, put it this way, because I watched the same friend's house this weekend. I drank this over at his house. I was just working by myself, watching The Office in the background, and drinking whiskey. And Evan had a few pours of this too, and so did Kevin and Kiyomi the Friday night when I got it.
Yeah.
But even if this only lasted, now on night 3, at $18 a bottle, what is that? $6? Yeah, $6-7 a night.
Yeah.
For drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you think of it that way, it's like,
yeah,
who cares?
Yeah, totally.
If I would have gone out and got 1 pour of whiskey, it would have been $15.
Yeah, that's why I don't like to go out and drink as much as like I like to support bars and stuff. It's like it's a kind of.
And I'm such a heavyweight, so it's just.
Yeah, you need a lot. that's why I like to drink at home and cook at home, man. Like as much as I like restaurants and stuff, I try to not go. Try to make it a treat. You know, if I'm gonna get even right now with takeout, I've only gotten takeout a handful of times, maybe 7 or 8 times,
Yeah.
and that includes like Chipotle. You know, like
Yeah.
and since the quarantine started, and I've been cooking from home, and it's great because you learn how much you're able to actually make at home instead of going and spending markup.
Yeah.
And oftentimes you're buying markup at places you're like, I could do this at home for better. Like, what? Like when I feel that, I feel like I'm an idiot. I feel like I just got duped, dude.
So here's an interesting thought,
yeah,
and I'm curious to hear us weigh into this because you and I are so similar, but also have different lifestyles in a certain way.
no, we're the same.
I know.
Yeah, you're right. Keep going.
I realized something that I was getting really upset about is I would get paid and I was trying to buy groceries so that I just knew, like, when I get paid, I pay all my bills right then and there.
Yeah.
Like literally the first day, like I have it all split up so it's pretty even each paycheck. And I pay it all so then I know the like fun money that I have for the rest of that pay period.
Yeah. It's every 2 weeks or?
It's the 1st and 15th. So it's kind of on average it's every 2.5 weeks,
Okay.
which can get a little tough sometimes.
Yeah, I guess
It's like a weird balance. But then sometimes it's like under 2 weeks. So it's just a
the way it plays out. Okay.
I almost wish it was like every second Friday, you know, or something like that. Even working at Sprouts, I loved it. I got paid every Friday.
Yeah.
Which was so fun.
Weekly pay, I think, makes a lot of sense.
It does.
Bi-weekly, it's like... Anyway.
So I totally forgot what I was saying.
You pay all your bills
Oh,
first?
yeah. So, but why was I saying that?
Because you hate... Who did you say you hated? Never mind. Sorry, that's different.
Oh, yes.
There you go.
About making food at home.
Yeah.
So I pay all my bills, and then I go shopping. And I've even realized I'm not the best shopper because I was spending almost like $200 every paycheck on food.
At the grocery store?
Yes.
Shit.
And it's not even anything like crazy.
Yeah.
Like it's like drinks and like meat and like, and that's actually my problem now where it's all just learning it. And so even for anyone that's listening, I had lived back at home the last 3 years, almost 4 years. Yeah, 3 years. And so I'm moved out again at the beginning of this year. And I just kind of realized I don't think I am the best every meal at home kind of person because I don't like to do it even. So what I realized is I was even wasting a lot of food. So I'm spending all this money, wasting it. Or, I mean, we live with, including me, 5 people.
That's a lot.
That kitchen, like at dinner time and lunchtime, can take up to like 2-3 hours before it's open.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
So I think that there's a lot of differences as to why that works out for me as opposed to why it works out for you.
And so for me, it's just like, I would rather just, but the problem is I do want to eat healthier. And
it takes you meal prepping, dude.
Yes, and I've done that too.
So sometimes I'll make. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, but so that's kind of my finishing thing is like, I overall do love cooking, but you know, I especially when I was traveling a lot, like I didn't really buy groceries then because it was like I was just gone all the time.
Yeah.
So it'd be like, oh, I want to make chicken tonight, like or all this stuff. I'll just go buy all the ingredients. But the tough part with that is then you're not able to like split that whole thing of asparagus over a few meals. Like you're having to buy a whole thing of and like that stuff adds up, right?
Yeah.
And so for this last few weeks, it's like right now, luckily my car payment's about to be done, but you know, each paycheck is like $600-$700, and then on top of like when spending that much on food, it was just like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
So this paycheck actually, or this pay period, I'm trying a thing where I literally am not buying groceries. Or like if I do, like I'm going to the store to buy something to make
That's what I do.
Yeah.
I go that day of usually, and I'll plan the day the next day.
That's what I need to be doing because I try to buy all this stuff so then it's just there.
Yeah.
And then
Shit goes bad. Yeah.
It goes
You're
bad.
not into it, so you have to go by it based off what you're into that day.
Well, so the last pay period, I really wanted pasta. So you know what's funny? A lot of the shit I bought was like so much pasta stuff.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks of pasta stuff.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing.
Which that pasta was awesome.
Whatever you made, I don't remember. It was a week ago. Was it a pasta thing? I'm like,
Mhm.
fuck, that looks awesome. It's cool to see that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my hand was forced. Restaurants weren't operating, and I'm like, I'm unemployed. I'm going to be smart with my money right now because I don't.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, man. You're paying $15 for a fucking meal that costs you $3. I think that's stupid unless you're pressed for time, unless you're pressed for shit, which you often like are in that kind of position, at least with being an employed person right now, especially with your job being busy and the freelance stuff you take on the side and our stuff, whatever. I get it, and that's how I was too. But now I'm at the point where like I'm not pressed for time. I got the time.
Yeah.
Right. So one, I got the time. Two, I explored a lot when I first started because I was still kind of working at Toronto doing takeout. And I was kind of working at Arcadia Meat Market. So everyone that works there are chefs. And so I just asked them questions because I'm very creative and I was really good at mixing flavors and I was already decent at cooking, but I learned all these techniques and I fell in love with a few types of dishes. And I bought raw material. I brought a lot of canned garbanzo beans because they're $1 and they fucking taste so great when you cook them with like the right garlic and bay leaf and you add carrots and onion, whatever. Cool. You have a fucking essentially meal. I learned how to make chicken stock because I went to Arcadia Meat Market and I was working there. I was trimming chicken one day. They're like, this is the bones. Like, hey, we can bag them up. We have a bunch bagged up. Honestly, just take them. So I took free chicken bones. So I had this whole pot full of chicken bones and it made the most dense chicken broth that literally was like Jello.
Mm-hmm.
It was perfect. Anyway,
Wow.
So one, I'm getting nutrients from it. Two, I grow stuff in my garden. And I also do, like, when I do things, I do it hard.
You do.
And so when I try to go as deep as I can with my water, my fucking booze, my everything I put in my body because I really care. It's like this spiritual process behind it all. And so cooking is like the crux of it all, where they all kind of meet, and then I can eat. And then I got the timing down because the more you do it, the better your timing is, the better you clean as you go is. And then by the time I'm done, I'm like, cool, I spent 2 hours. I have meals prepped for today and my late night meal, my meal at 8 o'clock at night, my meal at 2. And then I have my meal for tomorrow morning with the leftovers, if there's that leftovers, depending. If I worked out real hard that day, then I just pound food. And then.
Yeah. Oh, do you eat like breakfast style food or is it all pretty much just what you're making?
It depends. So I bought this 25-pound bag of milled white jasmine rice from the Asian market. So I have a fuck ton of rice, and that's why I eat a lot of fried rice that way. It's not necessarily the best for you because it's like not a whole lot of nutrients in the rice, but then I add it in with veggies and stuff.
Yeah, you're equaling it out.
And I buy a lot of eggs. I get like 18 pack of eggs, and I spend like $6-7 for those big pack, and they're usually like complete like pasture raised eggs too, and they're like better quality, life for the animal, blah 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 whatever. And then I buy a lot of ingredients that don't necessarily go bad. And if I buy veggies, I really like to eat veggies with my food, even if I eat fucking quesadillas, there's almost always onions or some veggie in it and cilantro because it also tastes great.
Yep.
So I think because of the situation I'm in makes it easier. But I also really enjoy it. So maybe you need to find something that you really enjoy eating and making, and then buy a lot of base ingredients that like you can cook a bunch of at once. If I use like a cup of rice, that ends up being a 32-ounce quart of rice leftover. That's the best for cooking the next day. The best for fried rice is the next day rice.
Interesting.
It kind of regains some of its grain a little bit and gets
that makes sense.
Soggy.
Yeah.
And so I made like lemongrass ginger rice, and then Kevin came over the next day, and we were able to make dinner that night without having to go through 20 more minutes of prep for the rice,
Totally.
So that's kind of like why I do it. And I don't like having worked so deeply in the restaurant and bar industry. I was able to kind of see how much I'm getting duped. I'm like, I can do this myself.
Yeah.
And
that's, I guess, even the difference for me is at times I'm like, I need the convenience of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I'm just not always willing to take the 2 hours to do it.
Same. When I was working a lot, dude, same fucking boat.
Yeah. And that's why like nights when we have like some of us and the boys are like cooking and it's like a kind of a thing.
Yeah.
That's different for me.
Yeah.
But because even, I was actually even talking to my mom about this. It's funny that some of these houses that are built, I think this was built in like the 90s, but like the kitchen is so small.
It is.
For the size of the home it is.
And this room is this big?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And so it just kind of becomes like a thing where it's like it just takes so much time,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're waiting for the pots to be cleaned, and then resetting the kitchen.
Well, especially with this many people who are living in their separate entities, that they're all roommates. You're not necessarily a family and don't operate that way always, or don't cook together. Yeah.
Actually,
hard.
surprisingly, we've hardly ever all cooked together.
You should try doing that, man. It does this weird thing of bringing people together.
Food, the table is a powerful thing.
Yeah, and just the prepping of it,
Yeah.
Um,
No, I'm actually like, I love. That's actually one of even my favorite like spiritual things that I've learned, is like the idea of like being around a table is like a very common thing that you'll see in like even spiritual or religion things. Is it's all around the table.
That's how humanity worked, because we gathered together as a tribe to make food together.
Yeah.
Knowing that would be sustenance for us. So like, of course it brings us together. There's so much that ties into it, and so that's what I want to see a return to. And I think there's a lot of conditioning that involves going out too. I know where our time is at. I don't mind it's going a little over.
No, and actually we can even, because I'll cut this and I'll work on this right after this.
Yeah, that's what I plan.
I'm fucking zonked right now.
Yeah.
We could even cut this into 2 podcasts.
We could part A, part B. I don't know. I'm on a post. I'm also. We could look at it. Yeah.
But I was thinking that like if we just, or we could literally finish it out, and even do another one.
Ooh. Change outfits. My other shirt's a little sweaty, but fuck it. I could redo shirtless.
Yeah, I mean, like literally, we could kind of like reset some stuff, and then
we can do a shirtless episode for Patreon. What I do want to say is, I think there is some conditioning when it comes to food culture and how I grew up going to restaurants a lot. I worked in restaurants, so I would go there. But then as I learned about it, like I said, I realized that I was getting kind of duped in a way. But tell you what, right now, dude. What I want to do tonight, I don't necessarily want to cook. I haven't gotten takeout in so long. My unemployment's about to end. I have enough to pay my bills for a few months, and
I literally don't want to cook. I'm telling you that right now.
That's where I'm like, dude, we could go get takeout somewhere. So that is something I did want to say, but
it's I think that's even something where I'm just like experimenting with. It's like spending $200 on food, which I know is a lot, but it's
I spend like $35 every time I go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
The raw ingredients are cheaper.
Right. And I do that, but I'm buying 2 weeks of food.
But yeah.
And it truly is. Like, I've been able to eat off of that. But it's still just even like, now I'm left with no money for the next 2 weeks. And I'm just, I don't like being forced into a situation.
Buy what you need when you need it, when you want it.
That's exactly where I'm at now. Because even like, I just don't, I don't know. And I am aware as well that my personality is, I do like to go out, even though
you like finer things, man. But there's also like,
there's a balance.
Because here's the thing: you're lucky enough to be employed right now. If you weren't, how would you be faring? Not trying to bring up financial shit, but it's like,
oh no, I'm fully aware.
So it's
but also I think this is an interesting topic too. Is something that's interesting about Sandoval is we went through something a couple years ago where the 4 partners had to forego their paychecks for like 8 months to keep the business afloat. So those are the kind of people I'm working with, right?
Yeah. It's great.
There was certain promises, like things that were going to happen that couldn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this is even when I was living at home,
Yeah.
And so fortunately and unfortunately, like I know I'm very fortunate in this situation, but I've had my own pandemic situations, like in the past where it was like I couldn't get that extra bump that I was like expecting because we literally were like, we just have to keep the doors open. But that's like the cool part about that journey. And that's even something that
when you stick through that, You
Yeah.
know, you're committed and you're part of.
And now we're in a global pandemic, and I'm somehow like really fortunate right now, and I'm fully aware of that, and I don't.
Yeah.
I hope this. Yeah, this is a full point. I don't feel bad for that because also I know that I've had to put a lot of sacrifice to even get to this point.
Totally.
And you know, I remember there was plenty of other times where it's like, I mean, that's why I moved home, is I literally was not making enough each paycheck to pay my bills.
Yeah.
Like I had a credit card that I was having to put like $100 on each paycheck, and eventually that credit card limit reached its point. It was like perfect timing though, because then it's literally when I moved back home, and
you start to pay it off, and then so you're not spending money yet.
yeah, and so it's just
that shirt's fucking sick, by the way. It's
thanks,
a
dude.
very good shirt.
Thanks.
Was it a certain? Tell me about it.
ASOS.
He knows a brand.
I don't know the brand name.
I bought this brand because I like it, but I also
motorcycle.
Trying to be like you know.
Mm-hmm.
So go fast, don't die. They're really cool, man. They got some cool shit. They have a lot of cool shirts, like just about like living life and just don't forgetting to fucking live. It just vibes with how I go. Like, go fast, don't die. That's literally like a motto for life. And so this one on the back says,
Clock's ticking. Start living.
It's an hourglass. It's cool.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, these chinos and this shirt I got off of ASOS.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a good little website.
Pricey?
No.
Dude, I have a fucking beef. Everlane. I'm beef with you, Everlane. So I bought a pair of shorts, right?
Yeah, tell me about
Off of Everlane. They're a sustainable fabric company, and I believe South Korea factories, and then the rest is America stuff. I don't know how much they actually assemble here or make clothes here, but they have shops here and stuff, whatever. I think they're based in New York. I think they're a podcast sponsor for Whitney Cummings, but I found them independently. I just looked up sustainable, 10, 11 sustainable brands, and some sustainable ones, man, because they're American made, and then they're like $200 for a pair of shorts. Crazy. Right. But I bought these. They're $55. I was like, cool, I'll buy them. I got a discount.
Yep.
They sent them to me. I got them. I wear size 33. I got them, and they couldn't put them on. They're so tight. Like, they did not fit at all. I was like, what the fuck? So I sent them back.
Super annoying. I've had that.
It costed me $6 to send it back because of package. They didn't have a package I could reuse. And I had to pay for the slip to get printed that they sent me. So they had the free shipping slip, but I had to pay for to get printed.
Right.
Plus the package. Send it back. Get the replacement pair that they give you instant credit for, which their system's fine, but the replacement pair is a 34, still tight on me. And all the other pants I have that are 33 are fine.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't gained a pant size like that, you know? And so that's where I was like, what the fuck, man? This is ridiculous. And so I sent them a message like, I don't want to spend another $6 to $10 getting the right size pair. So I sent their sizing thing because I'm not a complainer. I was like, dude, look, you guys, I can't go to a retail shop to buy your stuff. I want to support your brand. You need to help me out. Give me a discount code that's gonna bring me back because I spent $6 to get the shit back. It don't fit. I get another pair and it still doesn't really fit. I'm like, come on, like why your size is so different? First of all, second of all, help me out.
Yep.
So that's my beef. I wanted to support a cool brand, and then it took me like 4 weeks to get a pair of shorts. I'm like,
so annoying
because I don't want to. I want to try to be more conscious about what I'm buying.
Totally.
And,
yeah.
You know,
I actually have a very same feeling with stuff like that because I don't like online shopping because I am the worst at sending things back if they don't fit. I literally just keep and I just bite the bullet.
I know.
And
it's a pain in the ass to deal with.
Well, and I guess this even proves my point with the groceries and finer. It's literally like the inconvenience that I'm just like, my loss. I got some workout bands, not these ones over here.
Well, you can always take that shit to Buffalo Exchange and just
go
for it, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, you know what's hilarious? I literally, when I get rid of clothes, I just donate it.
Yeah, and that's fine too. Do whatever the fuck. Yeah, you know, as long as you're not throwing it away.
No,
I mean, I'll throw away old shoes that are fucked up. What are you gonna do with old shoes? That's the thing that sucks. What are you gonna do with them?
Yeah, I just donate it because again, like even there's something in this neighborhood that is like a clothes donations thing, and I always keep my closet pretty slim, like half a closet of clothes.
Yeah, I got too much right now.
Yeah, like because I don't wear it.
I got a lot of winter shit that's bulkier that takes up space. But
yeah, like I have those like kind of put away.
Yeah.
But even when I pay my car off, my
We're so
actual goal.
spoiled. We're so spoiled.
Oh yeah. When I pay my car off, my goal is to actually like really revamp my closet. Like that's actually what my plan is.
Yeah.
Like I want to get some watches. I want to like just get some.
You and your lifestyle shit, man. I love it.
Yeah.
Let's get you rich so that it doesn't make any difference. You know.
Yeah. There's no dents.
Just make sure you have 3 months of bills put away.
Yeah.
Everyone listening too. You know that was such a valuable lesson for me to learn. I was 18. I did it, and I've been safe ever since.
Really.
Even if I've like quit a job or I've never been fired, which is nice. I kind of want to just to see what it feels like, but
it's fun. I've never had a savings.
Dude, it's dumb.
And I'm not saying that.
I love
as
you.
like
That's fucking dumb.
Yeah, I know.
And so, homie to homie is dumb.
Yeah.
You know, take care of yourself. Discipline. It's a lack of discipline. That's what it is. Like, not trying to put it to you straight. You know, like you gotta. That's a problem with why the economy is fucked right now. It's because a lot of people didn't have savings because they're so enticed by credit cards and debt and payments. Like we should be buying things that we can afford.
Right.
If I
I agree with that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if I can't buy a house, well, I can afford to rent. You know, I
Yeah.
don't want to assume $300,000 over my head. That's just extra weight and you're in bondage or something.
Yeah.
You know. So and it's also having a savings is because at some point, dude, you're gonna get old. At some point, your body's gonna fail. You know. So have either savings or having a Roth IRA at this age is a great way to start to put money as an investment.
Yep.
And I can talk about that for hours, but you know, anyone who's still listening at this point, I would encourage you to like really look at that. And we all are enticed every day with spending shit. I want to, dude, trust me, I want my closet to be revamped. I want to have cool stuff, but I'm wearing 3-year-old fucking basketball shorts because right now I don't think it's smart to buy that stuff.
Yeah.
And I'd rather, you know, pay for my songs to get recorded at a high quality at the moment. But I'll tell you what, and it doesn't take a whole lot of money. That's the thing. When I was at the peak of Undertow, I was making 80 to 90 a year, if on paper. You know, was I walking with that? No, because of taxes, whatever. But like, I had, you know,
80 to 90.
I was making $7-8
Damn.
grand a month sometimes. You know, I was walking with $7,700 for 2 months in a row. That's really comfortable. That's $400 a day. That's like extremely comfortable.
No,
and that's
I
not
make
hard.
half of that.
That's not not hard to get to.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you work hard and you put in time, 80 grand a year is a very comfortable living to be able to save, because your bills cost you, plus you're going out, maybe cost you 35 to 40 a year. That's 40 grand left over every year. Like, what are you going to do with? And I learned that lesson hard, man, because I'm like, I didn't have anything to show. Well, I paid for podcast equipment and I bought music gear and paid, you know, $2 grand plus for my recordings, and I paid a bunch of money towards my Roth IRA. I put like $3 grand into that. So it went places, and then I spent it with like a vacation and bought some stuff that like helped progress myself. Like this podcast gear ain't cheap. And this is the cheap side of things. Like if you're going to go with a Joe Rogan setup, each mic's $400. Each podcast stand he has is $400.
I mean, that's
cameras.
I'll save up and then it goes straight to video and photo gear. And,
yeah. You know, and so like when if you're able to get to the point where
building
you're
the empire, dude, it's all building.
Totally, man. Just you know, try to. It's smart to have 3 months at least.
Yeah.
Once you get there, like cool, then you don't touch it. Then you're like, fine, now I can spend and I can still save. But like, getting that and that good habit is really smart. Just for you never know what's gonna happen. I didn't expect this pandemic to happen. I was expecting to have I wanted to move to Nashville with 30 grand. I'm lucky if I'm gonna have 5. You know, because I didn't want to go out there and have to work. But now I'm at a point where I've decided to go down this guitar repair and luthier route, which is a brilliant move. I'm so glad that it just worked out, that came across my plate. I'm really hoping it works out, you know. Well, stay tuned. But that I don't have to worry about getting a job then. You know, I can just go out there and start doing that, you know. Whether it's for friends I know. I know like at least 7 friends out there that I can do that for. And I'll be then qualified to work for Gibson or Fender at their factories if I needed a job, or working at there's so many music stores out there, or I could start my own business. I mean, so, you know, but I think about that stuff. I'm like, there's just things that America has been trained because of like credit and mortgages and like some people just shouldn't have a mortgage. If you make 20 grand a year, you shouldn't be paying $3,000 a month on a mortgage. It's just because you're going to default. And what happens is like thousands of people do that and you have 2008, and so that I don't need to get into that. Anyway, let's wrap this up. I think it's wrap up time. Thanks everyone for listening. This has been a great catch up episode with me and my bud Austin. We're gonna have a good night, man. I'm down to fucking hang and what's the word? I got money to spend. I got money to blow, baby.
You're trying to.
I'm trying to get the.
You'll live the high life, baby.
Listen
girl?
to the intro. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, tasty, huh? That's my favorite line. Is you're tasty, huh? Well, we're gonna get a good new intro by the end of the year too, and hopefully rebrand and merch. We have some art and some stuff on the back burner that we're just waiting for the time to be ripe to pick. Do you have any closing arguments?
No. Look into if Britney Spears is trapped right now and the Wayfair thing. That's a lot of fun rabbit holes to get into.
The Wayfair thing's crazy.
Yeah, we probably should have talked about that, but it's all
I
good.
don't know enough about it to talk about it, yeah.
We'll talk next time.
Yeah. All right. Tell your mom I love her.
Bye.
Bye. I truly value
Giving you a stronger and leaner look. Chisel, jawline. Don't feel like it's too late.
Tasty, huh?
Shit move out of the pool. We just need people to listen.